All right, so today what we're going to do is we are going to learn how to use Repl.it, and with Repl.it we are going to be able to test out our handwritten code for these free response problems. So yesterday we went ahead and we went through a free response problem together, and then I had you download the 2018 question 2 word pair problem and try it on your own on paper. So the first thing that I want you to do is to watch this short tutorial just on how Repl.it works. After you watch that tutorial, you're going to go ahead and click on this link. And within this link, what this is going to do is open up a repository of problems on Repl.it that has AP free response problems for about 4 years or so that are all set up for you. So I already have this opened up in another tab. And after you follow this link and log in, you will see, let's see, let me click the link from the beginning so that way you get the full experience. Okay, so if I click this link, and open it up in a new tab. All right, so if I open this tab up, what I'm going to see here is my general page, just because I chose to have myself to stay logged in. And if I go ahead here, I'm going to see a couple different things down here. Now, I don't know if you'll see all of these different courses. I know I've enrolled in a couple different courses I found online, which is why they say self-enrolled. But right now, this one right here, the AP Computer Science Free Response, that's what I want you to click on. So if you go ahead and click on this, you'll see a repository down here of all of the different options you can click on. Now, you'll notice that this one here says draft, and that's because I just opened it literally 3 minutes ago. Isn't that cool? Sorry, I'm a little slap happy. It's only 12:12 in the morning, and actually it's 12:22. I can't even read my clock. Okay, so anyways, so we're going to go ahead and click on this. And when you click on this, what you will see is you will see a couple different files. First of all, like we talked about in that tutorial video, we see this main.java class. Now remember, with Repl.it, your driver program is always called main. And then within main, we have a program or a method called main with a lowercase m. So this here is our driver program, and it has a couple different examples for us. So these different arrays, and you'll notice that these arrays are the same sample sets that they give you in the free response problem. And then they go ahead and they show you what happens when you call the code. Next, if we click on the next.java file, the word pair file, this is the code that they give us. Now, sometimes in our free response problems, they will say things like, implementation not shown or whatever. Within Repl.it, any code that you need to make the code work has been filled in for you. So you don't have to worry about that, okay? The person who set this up for us, and it was not me, I don't know who it was to be honest with you, the person who set this up for us took care of all of that. Then if we go to wordpairlist.java, here we're going to go ahead and we're going to see the code that we need. So it talks about the part that was in part A. Here's our constructor. So this is the code that you wrote out. Then we have this num matches method. This is the part that you wrote out. Here we have a toString, and this toString again is just written for us so it works. So really, you only had to write 2 methods for this free response problem. You want to go ahead and just type your code right in here and then hit run. And then after you hit run, here's the great thing that's going to happen. So many of you, when you write your free response problems out and then look at my solutions or the solutions provided by the AP board, you look at it and you're kind of like, mine's different, but I don't know if it's right. I'm not sure if it's wrong. And so the cool thing about this is that you will actually see compile errors, and you will be able to start seeing the actual mistakes that you're making. So maybe a common mistake that you have is that your loop ends too soon, or it doesn't go all the way to the end. You have an out of bounds error. You are having syntax errors. You're not accessing the indices correctly. There are lots of things that we've talked about in class that are common errors, and you will actually see them happening within Repl.it. And my hope is that as we do problems through this during our school closure, while it doesn't replicate the experience you would have in class, I'm hoping that you will be able to kind of start seeing the mistakes you're making. And I would really encourage you to keep a separate tab open to almost journal the types of mistakes you're making so that you can be conscious of that. With the subset of topics being cut down so significantly, I would anticipate we're going to see 2 problems. This is, again, just my hypothesis. We'll get more information on April 3rd. I'm anticipating we'll see 1 problem, which is writing a complete class, and then another problem that has to do a lot with manipulating an array or an array list. So I am going to focus on picking free response questions like that until I get more direction otherwise. All right, so have at it. Have a great day, guys.